Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming in today. I want to say also thank you to the new subscribers. Yeah, I might feel it, the intensity of the energies. You might feeling it all this. Specifically, we're talking about Mars days in Libra. It's about relationships. Be mindful not to blow out relationships, not to be agitated, because Mars, it's kind of like a looking at that energy from somewhere else, but doesn't somewhere else. The only way it's coming in it's from Venus, and Venus currently is moving forward there, but that square with Jupiter is affecting us. It's like no growing. So the internal fights within Mars and Venus within the energy is either probably within you, but if you're also in a relationship, be mindful about. Another pressure that is the divine energies of the shadow, the things that's gonna be coming out. That is coming in from Lilith. That is Leo. So be mindful about all this. But in the morning, the energies, the midheaven, it's gonna be about pretty much crossing within Gemini. That is gonna be at 11 degrees there. And looking at this, that square towards the sun and towards the ascendant and Mercury, who is still retrograde in there, it's kind of like a pushing the last pressures within you, like something goes wrong. Communications, you maybe have these energies of snapping off energies that's gonna be irritating you, energy that it's like feels like even the little things can be within you. But talking about those energies, they're gonna be changing. They're gonna be uh, take it easy with these energies, especially we're talking about 7 o'clock in the morning. And as you see it at 7 o'clock in the morning, the ascendant goes towards the moon. There, midheaven is almost 25 degrees. She's almost exiting out Gemini. But since like we have this sun and the moon within Virgo, and we have this Neptune and Pisces, all those energies they are inflicting. As you see those red triangle here, like a red pyramid, talking about all this right in here. As you see those energies, kind of like creating this. What way you're gonna be acting? You're gonna get the divine energies within you, which is the North Node has these divine energies with the sun and the moon. They're talking about the new moon. It's the new beginning. It's time for you get these things done. The moon and this beautiful trine with Pluto and these beautiful energies there. They're gonna have to face these oppositions of the other side energies. What are you gonna be doing within? Be mindful about friendship, especially at work. When you have the intensity, don't mix friendships with work and think that you're gonna get away with things that you did just because someone is your friend. Friendly is a friend, but work is at work. All right. So talking about this energies later on at 9 o'clock midheaven, it's going to a Cancer. There's going to be a square towards Mars. Talking about these energies within the family, it's going to be triggered the same thing like yesterday. But this new moon opposing Chiron and Neptune is going to show you quite a few things. Number one, talking about what it needs to be fixed, what is the last drop, what is the last things that I need to be in there, and talking about what are you gonna fix on earth and what are you gonna fix in heaven. Because if you don't fix it in heaven, there is no way you can fix it on earth. But if you don't fix it on earth, how are you expecting it to fix it on the heaven? So all this, it's talking about. I'm gonna make a little spatial report about this energy because the moon is gonna be entering that specific portions of the beginning of Libra, and that is going to be the Mercury retrograde. I'm going to be talking about briefly for about maybe 10 minutes. video. So expecting that video in there, but that energy is gonna be presented to you. So looking at within yourself, what you gonna be. Mars is gonna be really kind of like an energy of a balance, but what is going to throw a balance is the rest of the energy. So he will know how to put its act together. And since the ascendant is going to be at Libra during this time, we're talking about 9 o'clock in the morning, midheaven still in the Cancer. As you see those red lines, those red square all over the place in there. And Pluto, who is a retrograde squaring the knots, doesn't help. It's kind of like, did you see what he did in the past? Did you see what he's doing it now? If you're doing the same thing, you haven't changed. In order to change, I'm going to ask you to go see your shadow. Go look from within yourself. Go transform within yourself. Go heal yourself. I'm going to ask you to look within your feminine side and the masculine side, looking at within your authority, and I'm going to be asking you to change under what the vision is, so you can see what is out there in the universe, because the universe wants you to have a better world. Tough season? Yes, it is. So these energies, they are going to be coming and go as they fluctuating. As you see at the 10 o'clock, is getting little bit better. As the ascendant goes into a Scorpio, there is this divine energies talking about right here. Looking at the 9 o'clock, if you have a watch at 9 o'clock, that's where the ascendant is. And go ahead and look at it here about 5 o'clock energy. You see that green lines. Those are the divine energies that comes in and help, but they are connecting with your internal visions that probably right now is under fogginess. Fogginess within the material world to look at it in the spiritual world, or fogginess within your spiritual world because you don't know what's going on the earth. So if you have been kind of like fogged of people, of situations, of things in the earth, okay, you're gonna be fogged into the spiritual world as well. So be mindful about this. You probably need to be grounded. You need to be going in a hermit mode, which is that's what the best thing to do, because during those intense energies, you're kind of like not having clarifications of where the life goes. So talking about 11 o'clock later on, um, those energies are coming in with Venus ascendant is at, as you see, at the 13 degrees of Scorpio. If you look at the tables there, the second from the bottom, it says 13 degrees 33, it says IS, which is the ascendant. That's what the degree is. And looking at that oppositions with Jupiter, that is at 15 degrees of Taurus there, and looking at Venus, that it's at 14 degrees. Usually during this time, this Venus has a rough time. The love has a rough time because of what he needs to face about love and money and growth and looking at within the truth within. Sometimes the truth is harder. And if you've been living in a light, the truth to see is harder and puts pressure of your internal visions inside of you. Stay in your toes, stay in your grounding energies, and those grounding energies, they are coming in and they are going to be helping you out. As you see, as soon as the rising energies, which is the ascendant moves, midheaven currently have no aspect in there. But the inner work is going to be done of Virgo. And I'm going to do this special new moon, full moon energy report. That's going to be for 14 days ahead. So stay tuned. It's going to be coming up. And looking at in those energies there, what can you heal on Earth? But there is something more special because from Aries all the way down to Virgo, that is the underground. That is what is in me. But from Virgo to Libra, that is the seed that you did in your personality is gonna boom within the relationship. That is it, the time where the seed, which is you, it's blooming in a great relationship. But where it has to be on the ground. What is the ground? Virgo. Who is the Virgo? The mother. So the mother energies are coming. Mother Nature, Mother Earth, your own mother in there. That is the power of the new moon that it comes in to rise up within you. What do you have in there? So talking about the truth is gonna come out sooner or later because Virgo holds down the Libra. Okay, talking about the Australia. Okay, so looking at the inside of you, there is gonna be a lot of things coming out on the surface. So here is at 1 o'clock, usually midheaven, it's close to the sun. As you see that oppositions there, it's right now in its kind of like highest positions from within. You guys don't see it, but Mercury right here, where is it, number 9, is squaring and the ascendant, but currently he has no aspects. That is the kind of like an energies because it's kind of like becomes a neutral because pretty soon he is gonna go direct and he's going direct and you're gonna be getting the communications back online. Communications switching over back into you, wherever from the spiritual realm to your personality and so on and so on. But also communications with people. Everything is gonna be switched on like in a magic wand. So pay attention in those energies. I'm going to be talking about specifically about this as soon as I finish this report. And talking about later on at 2 o'clock energy, that is going to be the inner work of Mars, the rising energies that are in the ascendant there. Look from within. That's going to be a Mars looking at for Venus. It's looking at for this feminine and masculine balance that it needs to be done there. This is the powerful couple, the king, the prince looking for the princess, and the princess says like, I am restricted. I need to fix something from with me. I need to purge something from with me. I didn't understand these portions. I'm driving it. I'm looking at it. I'm working on it. And Mars is like, okay, I'm gonna be stay, I'm gonna be stay balanced. And meantime, I will see what is it, the divine reasons for that growth, from that hold on. So now through these divine energies between Jupiter and Mars that goes on in there, we are gonna be able, as a masculine energies, you to see what is it, what you need to do. There's gonna be a release of energies for sure because Mars is driving. He's ready. He's been leading the pack. So talking about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, midheaven is the end of Libra. It's pretty much with the south node, and as you see, the south node has a lot of divine energies with Neptune, Chiron, which healing in the past. If you've been doing the good deeds, you heal a good things from within you with good visions, then you will understand that you need to clear more of the shadow, and that shadow becomes within the transformations. I'm talking about those energies right in here that it's coming in. This is what the south node is right here. That is the cup that it's full. What you put in your cup, that's what that energy is. So that energy, as you see it, there is right here, there is the 4 lines of the divine energies. They're coming towards Neptune and Chiron here in the bottom. And as energies, they're going back here to the Black Moon Lilith. And from the Black Moon Lilith, they're going to Pluto. Pluto says, okay, this is the transformations. It shifted back to the shadow. It's done. Then that shadow comes in. It's healing the inner wounds. And that energy comes in to the south node, and that brings back into the universe to Uranus, who is right now in a very, very retrograde energy. Here, what you did in the past. I'm blessing you for what you did in the past. All right, so talking about at 4 p.m., the ascendant is going to be at Capricorn, probably focus a lot of it in the work. But as you pay attention up in the top, where is the midheaven is, right in here, we are dealing with this energy as the ascendant was here, but midheaven was at Venus. You're dealing with that Scorpio energies that is like, hey, it's the truth. It has to come out. This truth has to come out. This energy of the growth has to come out. You're stopping all this because that's what happened. And you're going to be revising what happened with the lack of truth. And because of the lie was presented as a truth, then everything else was pitfall. And now you see it that you have to go ahead and find the truth because Scorpio, it is the policeman. Scorpio is the FBI. Scorpio is the CIA. He knows everything. What's going on in the dark, in the light. And he can bring the dark in the light just because that's what he is. So, talking about later on at 5 p.m., Midheaven goes into the end of Scorpio. That is a 27 degrees of Scorpio. Beautiful trines with Neptune and Chiron. Things came out on the surface. Things are fixed. Yeah, bad situations with the shadow, what we hide. So the shadow feels so bad because of exposure, or that the truth comes out in there. But it's all good for the divine purpose. You don't need the shadow. You don't need things underneath the rug because later on, what is in the shadow, what is underneath the rug, turns to a what? A physical sickness. So, talking about those energies, that trine in there, the trine that it comes in, the moon intuitions that goes in, she's already with in there with within Libra. Mercury retrograde is already direct. Ascendant now sends divine energies towards Mercury. You see that energies within you. You see that the communications comes in, the backs online. You see that these things are coming back to normal, and you're finally breathing. You feel like, oh my God, I feel good. This was so intense. So 6 p.m. Energies there. Midheaven is the mid of Sept. The things calm down a little bit. Mercury still has no aspect with anybody. He's direct. He's just like slowly coming in, slowly coming in. You're gonna feel it within your consciousness in there. You're gonna feel that but you also may experience it in silence. Silence towards others, but silence from others because they don't know what to say. Just stay put and be patient. Things are coming in. So later on at 7 p.m. Energies, okay, things are gonna get a little bit more interesting. You're gonna be learning of what is this all about? What is this energy that needs to be fixed in the relationship? As far as the moon goes, opposing Chiron and Neptune in there, specifically with Chiron, the moon is going to be telling you need to fix this from within yourself. We're talking about Chiron in Aries, the self healer, the wounded healer. That's who he is. He is wounded and he healed himself. But did he wounded himself? So he can learn how to heal. That is the one thing that people we're gonna be looking at. It's like, yeah, it's my fault, but can you recognize your own faults within this? And that's gonna be coming in. Maybe somebody's gonna tell you something, but be mindful of what you're telling the others too, because when there is a communications within between everybody else around you, be mindful. You're not the one who point out things. People have to realize some of the things on their own. Otherwise, they take it personally and they not seeing it. They do not see their own red flags. So, talking about that, the 8 o'clock midheaven it goes into a Capricorn, taking a more professionally. Mars is like, what do you mean talking about professionally? I've been here, I'm just depending on the divine, and I'm waiting of this feminine energies that comes in. I'm waiting on my Venus, and I looking at inside. But that is also a Mars to find out What is the difference between the love and the codependency? And when are we talking about the love and the codependency energies in there, with and all this, you learning that one of the best energies from within yourself. Give the freedom to Venus, give the freedom to Mars. Let them be free. Let them go out. Let them be not feeling in this jail within the relationships. Give a space. So Mars right now has a space. Venus basically has this energies with Mars and this intense energies of Jupiter, but Jupiter is retrograde. Venus is going and is breaking away with this square that kind of like hold her down. So she basically learning that she needs to escape the cage because she's a bird, and the key is on her neck. She can open the cage and fly away. But what she needs is when she flies away, she needs the freedom not to be put back into the cage. And that is a responsibility of Mars. So, talking about later on at 9 o'clock energies, things are going to be a little bit more interesting because the midheaven goes closely with Pluto, that squaring of the knots, but also talking about a transformations. Saturn has these divine energies with the moon. Now you're learning the restrictions in there. You're learning there is a cage. You're learning the restrictions, but you're also learning there is the key to these restrictions. So a lot of you is gonna get the downloads of what is restricting you in your life during this time. Personal advice: meditate, go out for a walk, night walk, go out, kind of like go in a hermit mode, is going to help you out to get this revaluations from within yourself. And talking about later on at 10 o'clock energies, midheaven, it's surpassing Pluto. He's already in Aquarius. There is this beautiful, beautiful energies into towards Mercury retrograde. In Mercury is not retrograde. I'm sorry, Mercury is not retrograde. Yeah, when you do a Mercury retrograde, it's Mercury retrograde because that word is just too much. Anyway, but looking at with that midheaven in there, that is talking about the proper readjustments. Midheaven at this time, the internal work, is going to help you to find the right energies with Mars and to find the right answers with the intuitions within you, within the mother, establishing this balance in yourself. And we're talking about 11 o'clock in the afternoon, almost midnight. In there, as you see at midheaven, it goes there at the 23 degrees of Aquarius energies, and that is helping the knots. So basically, that midheaven is trining the south node, but sextiling the north node in there. But at the same time, Lilith does the same thing. If you see those trines and sextiles right here, those are the sextile right here, and those are the trines. You see there is also a lot of divine energies in the play. Why? We talk about those divine energies. They're going to be coming in of the shift between Virgo and Libra. That is going to be the divine wants the seed to bloom. But you're the seed. You're the one who has to go in there. You have to have the proper nurturing, the proper talking from within yourself. And then you go in and bloom. And whatever you put as a seed in your garden, that's what the flowers will be. That's what the paradise will be. All right, guys. So that's what it was, the Astro-gravitational report. Thank you so much for watching it, and come back tomorrow for another Astro-gravitational report. There's going to be some more video tonight, so stay put and expect that. Thank you.